What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cracker Hunters. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Olympus.
And today we're continuing our Tournament of Power. And man, we got a good one for y'all today. It's going to be a good one.
Oh my goodness.
It's a pretty even matchup, I think, right here.
I'm pretty happy about this one.
Me too. And I think this is a pretty evenly matched match because of the military experience and everything. It's pretty even.
Yeah, it's even.
Because both of them are.
Okay,
Let's jump ahead of ourselves. So today, you want to introduce?
Yes, I do.
Please do.
I want to introduce this one. This is Frank Martin, which is Jason Statham's character from the Transporter trilogy, versus Mike Banning, which is Gerard Butler's character from the Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen movies.
Yes, so this was good.
Oh, it almost makes me happy,
right?
Like on the inside, just to see who's gonna be better.
Yeah, and so everybody, for those who are new to coming into these videos, who may not have watched the previous ones, who just coming in, checking them out for the first time, we're gonna go over our rules for our Tournament of Power.
Round two.
Round two. So we changed up one rule from the beginning of the tournament to make things a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, rule number one we changed up.
Yes. So rule number one, each participant has 2 days worth of prep time to prepare for the match. So they study their opponent and any information.
Any little flaw that they can find, they're gonna
exploit. In 2 days.
That's the perfect word.
Yes.
Exploit.
So rule number two.
Rule number two, knives are allowed.
Yes, and that has determined almost 90% of our matches this tournament.
It's almost sickening.
Yes, it is.
How much that rule determines.
Yes. And rule number three, no firearms.
Absolutely.
This is a hand-to-hand tournament, and as we said before, it makes it more personal, and the fighters have to rely on their skills as a fighter instead of their skills as a shooter. Because if we were going by that, John Wick would win this entire tournament with ease.
Because he's basically human fucking aimbot.
Yeah.
Which I think also Mike Banning is too.
He's not on the level of John Wick. He's not.
He's not
even
on
close.
the level of John Wick, but he's still good. John Wick is S and
he's A.
Mike Banning is A.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I'm just saying, dude. I mean, the fucking headshots.
Yeah, I agree.
And not even in. All right. Yeah.
That's that. Yeah. That's that. Yeah. We're getting off. All right. So who do you want to talk about first today?
I think let's talk about Frank Martin.
Okay, Frank Martin. So that's Jason Statham's character from
the Transporter trilogy.
Yes.
Which is a 3-part series.
It gets worse by each movie. Yeah, it does.
I think it's all about the same.
Not me. I like the first one.
I don't know, man. That Asian chick in the very first movie too.
Anyways,
sorry.
Frank Martin.
Sorry,
he was a. He was
SAS.
Yes. No, he wasn't. Was he SAS?
Yeah. He was SAS.
He was Special Forces. That's right.
Which is
SAS. Yes. So he is Special Forces trained, SAS. So he is trained in firearms, hand-to-hand combat, knife work, everything. So he is military trained to be efficient in all those disciplines in military training.
I think, though, we never really get to see him work with a knife.
Honestly, we don't really see him work one, but
we can. We know he can because of his martial arts styles.
And plus, we've seen him disarm people with a knife.
Oh my God, it's even sickening.
Yeah, it is because
we've seen him beat a motherfucker's ass with a t-shirt, with a shirt.
Yes, and we've seen him beat people's asses while he's slicked with oil. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So the He knows what he's doing, everybody. He is a very skilled fighter. He knows how to fight, how to adapt to situations, how to think on his feet. So any situation you throw him in, as we've seen in the Transporter movies, he will find a way how to overcome that situation.
If we could use cars in this,
dude,
he would win.
No,
he would be right there with John Wick.
Yeah,
actually, I don't know, dude. He might be better than John Wick.
No, I don't. Actually, I think you're right. Yeah, if it was cars, you're right. It would be Frank Martin.
Tactical driver.
Yeah.
He's on the level with Brian from Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I agree. But see, he uses his car as a weapon.
Yeah, as the same as the characters from Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, that's true, yes. And I think Frank Martin, man, his only disadvantage, if we can call it that, is his inability to kill. Like, he doesn't kill. He's more about disarming and incapacitating.
Dude, he fucking kicked that one bitch on a fucking nail board.
True, but what I'm saying is that he didn't purpose. Like, I think he was in the middle of a fight and kicked her, and she hit it, and that's not really on purpose.
I don't know. I think that was his SAS coming out and being like, "Fuck you."
Just in the movies, we don't see that killer edge.
He does.
I want to see
a lot of people.
No, he doesn't actually. If you think about it, man, if we're talking about hand-to-hand fight, not guns and explosions, if we're talking about hand-to-hand, he actually really doesn't kill that many people. He incapacitates.
Okay. Well, he fucks them all up.
Oh, I agree. Like, he's more of like like the Jack Reacher character, just not as ruthless. I don't think he's as ruthless.
Skilled.
I think
in the martial arts.
Yes, better skilled in the martial arts, but just not as ruthless as Jack Reacher is as far as incapacitating his opponent.
Well, I mean, we see also that Frank Miller character. We also see Frank Martin. I'm sorry, Frank Miller.
I know.
Sin City. But, I mean, we see Frank Martin as a man of structure.
That's true.
It's almost as bad as the Christian Wolf character.
Almost.
But his has a point.
And plus,
well, his character is all about respect.
And plus, let's not forget the main thing where his advantage comes in at prep time. He can prep for a mission like no one's business.
He preps as well as I wouldn't say as well as John Wick.
No, he doesn't. No one preps as well as John Wick. Nobody. I think he preps as well as probably Rama,
Brian Miller
or
Brian Mills.
Brian Mills, something like that. I think he's on level with that amount of prep, which is a good amount of prep, which is good.
Which is insane.
Yes, I think he's on that level of prep time. He's no one's on the level of prep time as far as John Wick, because he had an entire scene dedicated to his prep time and what he did to prep for the oncoming situation he was getting ready to go into. But I think Frank Martin is still on the level of someone like Brian Mills, where he still is able to prep individual details to help him succeed in the mission he's about to go into.
I honestly think that the prep time on this one is...
I think it's equal.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. I think it's a little lopsided because...
I don't think so, man.
I think Mike Banning's character can prep... All right, you're going to hate this. You're going to hate it. Are you ready?
Mm.
I think Mike Banning can prep as well as John Wick. And, okay, now, and we're talking about every single corridor of the White House. Not every single corridor of the White House, but every single corridor of London, every fault, so every no, we're not going there yet. We're not going to him yet, but we're talking about prep time. Now, Frank Martin, let's talk about his fighting skills.
Now, his fighting skills top notch. Like
ridiculous. That's honestly, I think his fighting skills
is an advantage.
Is on the same with Rama.
Fuck no! Don't you dare do that.
When it comes to that same, when it comes to
nope.
Or Isaiah Bone.
I wouldn't even say Isaiah Bone. I wouldn't even say, I give, as far as him, his martial arts skills is on par with Galahad. Because I don't think Galahad martial arts skills is on par with anyone else. I mean, with like Rama, Mad Dog, Bone. I don't think his martial arts skills is as good as that, but they're still good. They're not on that level. And I think that for me,
but we also got to remember that Jason Statham is a gold medalist in the Olympics.
Oh, I'm not denying that, but we're not talking about Jason Statham. We're talking about Frank Martin.
Okay.
And Frank Martin, don't get me wrong. Frank Martin in his movies, he is a skilled martial artist. He is not no slouch. He's fought people coming from different angles.
I mean, not only that, but his anticipation of cars crashing and him jumping over them.
Right, but not even just that. Like I said, for me, his most impressive scene is in the oil slick sling, where
I don't think that's that impressive.
No, yes, it is, because when you think though, he has to be able to fight on oil, anticipate for his opponents fighting on oil, and still being able to throw kicks, punches, throws, everything, and still remain upright while he's fighting in oil.
You know, that's a good point.
And that's why.
And you know, that's actually like the best point that you've had on this point. That like this.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right.
And that's why for me, like, his martial arts skills in situational awareness situations. I think he has that beat far as he has most people beat. He's on par with John Wick as that, being able to adapt to the situation as it's happening. As far as his martial arts skills, I think he's on par with John Wick as far as that. But far as strictly martial arts themselves, he is nowhere near on par with anyone like Mad Dog Rama or Bone. But far as adapting on the fly, using his martial arts on the fly, I think he's on par with John Wick as far as that.
I think that's from Frank Martin's character, where it comes into the SAS.
Right.
He's not old school SAS. He's definitely not old school, because if he was old school, it'd be a lot more brutal.
Yo, yeah, those guys are fuck. Yeah.
He's just straight up special forces.
Right.
Badass.
And he's a damn good badass.
And not only that, but you're right, he does incapacitate, so...
And that for me is where it is a disadvantage that can be exploited
easily exploited.
Yes, because he doesn't kill, he mainly incapacitates his opponents.
All right, now
so now that we talk enough about Frank Martin, let's go to Mike Bannon.
Yeah.
So Mike Bannon,
on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah, Mike Bannon has no problem with killing a motherfucker.
Oh no, he does
at
not.
all.
And we're talking about almost
brutal
human aimbot
level of skill,
headshot.
Right, but remember, no guns, so we can't use that as.
I'm just talking about
as a resume, something on his resume.
Said, brutal.
Yes, but my thing is, Mike Bannon, knives, fighting. He has no hesitation if you're watching the movies.
And he's fucking huge.
Yes, he is. But plus, if you look at the movies, when you see he goes, like, he's a good guy, family man, everything. But when it's time to go to work,
it's
the dead
time
eye.
To go to
you
work.
see him just go completely dead, and he is focused on his job.
This is also where the rule change comes into play. Because that is literally his fucking job.
Yes, exactly. Like protecting the president and things like that. He has to prep for any situation when the president goes out and he's in charge.
On the fly.
Yes, exactly. So
just like that.
He is a good fighter as far a good tactician as far as planning and adaptability.
Escape plans.
Yes.
Not only that, secondary.
Exactly.
Tertiary is the word.
Tertiary. So,
I mean, every single aspect of his life is about planning.
Yes. So
that's what I'm saying is where he comes into play with the 2 days. Dude, that's enough.
I agree. Honestly, that's where I think for him, that is a major advantage, because prepping for your opponent is a major advantage. When you know what they're doing, you make first plan, second plan. Okay, if this one doesn't work, I'll go to this. If this doesn't work, I'll go to this. And he does it on the fly.
Beta plan, tertiary.
Exactly, and he does it on the fly. He may plan.
The
plan is already on
within a week.
Right,
so, but he can do it
exactly.
Just like that.
It's no hesitation.
I've got a contact right down the road who's old school fucking MI6.
Right.
You know, that's it. That's Mike Bannon.
And plus, like I said, if one plan fails, while he's fighting, if one thing fails, he's already switching over. Yeah, exactly. He's already switching over. No hesitation, no debating. He had when the plans he's already planned out for, he automatically switches to it and uses it. There's no hesitation in his character whatsoever.
Secondary and tertiary.
Yes. So I think Mike Bannon, man, his planning, man, is top notch.
It's on the level of John Wick. I'm not gonna lie.
Now that we're talking about it and really discussing and getting it out, it's almost on par with John Wick because
I would say it's right fucking there.
I still don't think it's that good as far as John Wick.
John Wick has more underground associations rather than.
But see,
Mike
that's
Manning.
an advantage though. But he's still
anyway. Beside the point.
Right, but
no, that's a good point. We'll use that.
Yeah, we'll use that in the next round because he's gonna need it. But I think Mike Bannon, with his prep time and being able to plan for situations on the fly, it helps him as a fighter because he's able to adapt mid-fight and not hesitate whatsoever.
He is sickeningly cold.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, when it's time to do a job,
dude, he is intimidatingly, excruciatingly cold.
And you know what part I like about him the most? He talks shit.
Oh,
he talks some shit.
Talks more shit.
I love him for that. Like he talks some shit.
More shit.
He tells you, I'm coming for your motherfucking ass, and you gonna die, and that's all there is to it.
What he
and
says,
hangs up the phone.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay, so you got all these cameras watching me. That's cool. That's fine. I would love that because I'm gonna leak that shit to the press when I stick my knife in your fucking brain because I know you like that kind of shit.
Yeah, so like I said, Mike Bannon's a good shit talker, and that honestly, people don't.
He can use a fucking blade like nobody's business,
Yes.
and it's not even like here.
Well, before we go to the blade, I don't mean to cut you off.
Wait.
Well, go ahead.
Wait, look. This is my knife. That's exactly kind of the same size as what he uses.
And uses it efficiently.
It's not big. It's not a big blade.
It ain't got to be a big knife to cut someone's throat.
But it is efficient.
Yes, it is.
No, he doesn't use it to cut a throat. He uses it to stab in the fucking brain.
Right, and he does it well. But now, before we go on a little bit more, I'm gonna bring to the point where you were saying as far what we were talking about the shit talking. What people don't appreciate about that
is intimidating.
that is a very good psychological weapon. Because I'm gonna prove to a point because we're comic book nerds, and I know a lot of you out there are too. Want me to tell you how I know that's a good psychological weapon? Spider-Man.
Oh.
Look at Spider-Man when he's fighting villains.
Dude,
he's talking shit while he's fighting and gets them all out of their element. And they make mistakes because let's be honest, a lot of the opponents Spider-Man fights.
It's like a fuck you kind of thing.
It really is, and a lot of the opponents Spider-Man fights should technically easily beat him, but because he's talking shit, they're trying to talk shit back.
Well, he's not talking shit. He's
yes,
more
he is.
along with like
he's talking shit in a PG setting. That's what he's doing.
He's nerding out.
But he's talking shit. Let's not even talk. He's talking shit in a PG setting. He can't cuss. But he's talking shit.
So he's nerding out.
He's talking shit. But for me, I think that is a very good psychological weapon. While you're fighting, you're talking shit, and I think sometimes it throws people off their game because they're focusing on you talking shit and trying to match you, and you're getting mad.
But Mike Banning doesn't do that.
He does.
He does. He never says a word when he's fighting.
Not when he's fighting, but
before. That's an intimidation.
That's called prep time.
It's intimidation.
That's
factor.
called prep.
And I'm it's an agreement with you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying, but that's
your ego's a little bit up, so you don't want me to agree with you. I mean,
no. I like a lot of times you don't agree with me, so I'm used to it.
But. No, it's an intimidation factor.
Right.
It really does, but I don't think it would really matter to Christian Wolf.
I don't think. No, we're not talking about Christian Wolf. Frank Martin.
Oh, Frank Martin.
I don't think it'll affect him either. I don't think it'll affect Frank Martin, but we don't know because you don't really. With a lot of the guys he fights,
it's really hard to
talk shit.
Yeah, it's hard to intimidate him.
But it's not. Frank Martin's not getting intimidated. Not Frank Martin.
Mike Banning.
Mike Bannon's not getting intimidated. You can forget that shit.
Well, Frank Martin's not going to get intimidated either.
I don't think so, but we don't see any of his opponents really talk shit to him.
That's because they're not as good as he is.
But Mike Bannon is, and Mike Bannon will know he is.
But
he will know he's as good.
But still, Frank Martin's he's so hardwired for tactics.
Yes.
So
And that may not be play a factor.
The shit talk's probably not going to work. But
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, you're right. You're right to throw it out there. The thing is, though, is that military experience, fighting experience, blade work experience, it kind of leads to Mike Banning.
Yes, it does. Like, I'm not going to be lying. I think military experience is kind of equal. Their military experience is probably on equal ground because Frank Martin is Special Forces as well. He's a Ranger. I think he was a Ranger.
No, Mike Banning is a Ranger.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike Banning was a Ranger.
Special Forces.
Yeah, but I think the Rangers are more deadly than.
Anyway.
But I think their military training are on equal grounds. They're on equal grounds, so I don't think either one of them has an advantage as far as their military training.
But in the movie though, Mike Banning is Secret Service, so that takes his training to the
right because he has to protect the leader of the free world,
the president.
Yes, so
literally the president of the United States.
Right.
So your job is to plan and expect the worst.
Exactly.
So this one, honestly, it's not a hands down thing. It's more of like a 75, 25.
No, actually, I don't think it's that far. I think it's more along the lines of about 55, 45.
60, 40?
Somewhere around that. And for me, you ready to do our picks? I think we've talked enough. But
let's do our picks.
Ready to do our picks?
Yeah.
I think for me, for my pick this week, I'm going to go with Mike Banning. I think his ruthlessness, and I think he has an advantage in the prep time department because, like Anubis said, having to plan to protect the president.
Secret Service.
Yes.
Deal. He
has to do that on it. Anytime the president goes out, he has to plan for any event that may happen to protect that man's life.
And I hate to do it. I really hate to do it. But I'm going to agree with you with agreeing with me.
Right.
But Mike Banning, that's my pick. Mike Banning is my pick also.
Right. I think that he has too many advantages.
It's just his job.
Exactly. It's his job to prep.
His job to plan and expect.
And like I said, and on top of that, his knife work, which we've seen him use a knife in this movie.
Oh my God.
His knife work is a lot.
Sickening how good it is.
And I think for me, he has the advantage in this fight. Military training aside, I think they're equal on that. But far as experience with knives and ability to prep for any situation, Mike Banning has it this week.
Sunja, Jacob, I'm gonna shout you out.
I'm telling you right now.
You're gonna shout.
Sunja, Jacob, I already know y'all gonna pick Mike Banning. That's not even. I only gotta think. You two, I know, are gonna agree with us right now.
I want you to tell me the percentages on each person.
And
is it 60-40?
And you know what I like about them, man? You know what I like them? They actually give a detailed reason as to why their guys, why the person they pick will win that match. I appreciate that because I don't like when people just say a name and don't give a reason why. Give me one.
All right, hold on.
Guys, we're sorry that the videos are running a little bit longer than our first round, but
they're a little bit harder to determine.
It's a lot more debating going on because as the matches go on,
and you know what?
It's harder to pick the winner.
It's more fun.
It really is. I think so too. And they don't run too much more over. They run about maybe 10 minutes over from our last round. But Sunja, Jacob, this one's for you. But I think, man, I apologize again if it runs a little too long for anybody. But
let's wrap it up.
But let's wrap it up. You got our picks for the week: Mike Banning and Mike Banning.
Anubis says Mike Banning.
Carolina
says Mike Banning.
So we want to hear what y'all say. But that's the end of the video. We thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Send comments.
Send comments. Let us know who your pick is and why you think they should win. Don't forget to hit that bell notification button so you can get notified of our future videos. But this is Cracker Hunters. We thank y'all for joining us this week.
We are out.